Hello guys and welcome to my channel. In today's class we're going to be talking about adding a train to a mermaid dress. So it could be a wedding dress or an evening dress. We're basically extending the length from what we have in front to the back. Now for this mermaid dress, the front length is 65 inches. So you can see me writing it there, while the back length is 85 inches. So you can already see that there is fire on the mountain and we need to quench it. We need to use our skills to quench this fire. So what are we going to do? Our front is 65 inches and our back is 85 inches. So the first thing we want to do is to get the difference between the front and the back length and know that that is what we are working with, or that's what we're working to achieve. So right now I'm going to put my book away and let's get into the practical work. So what I have here is my pattern that I already did initially. So I made this video before only for me to realize there was no volume on it. So I have to start all over again. So I put a tracing paper on the pattern that I created. I'm using miniature patterns right now, and what I'm just trying to do right now is to trace out the pattern that I've created. What you need is your dress pattern, your full panel dress full length pattern to be able to achieve this look. So that's what I'm just tracing right now. So remember your waist dart, remember your panel darts, that 1 inch that we do in front. So now I'm drawing my round measurements that cut across my front and my back, my knee, my hip, my waist, and lastly my bust. Those are the round measurements that I need for this pattern. Yeah, so once I draw all my patterns, and you will notice that the back, the darts doesn't have any allowance. Yeah, join Cafe Fashion Academy to understand that. Join our new advanced class both online and offline. Okay guys, it's official. I have an assistant teacher. Are you guys noticing this little miss here? We're done tracing and now let's face the business of the day. So what I have right now is 65 for front and I still have 65 for back. However, I am looking to achieve 85 for the back. So even though I have 65 for front and 65 at the back right now, what I am trying to achieve for the back is 85. So I'm going to put my 85 down and then I need to subtract 65 from it for me to be able to get the difference of what I am working with. So I say 85 minus 65 that we already have, and that gives us 20 inches. So this is the difference of what we have to achieve. So the front is presently at 65, that's the length of the front, and then the back needs to be 85 by the time we're done. Remember, we're doing a mermaid train, so our 20 is the excess that we need to have extended our train by the time we get to the center back, moving from the center front gradually. So what do I do after I get my excess? I then identify how many panels I have: center front, side back, and center back. That makes it 4 panels that I have. Now I have this fifth panel that I just like to do as an extra, but I don't count it in my calculations. So what I have right now, I have 4 panels that I'll be working with, and I'm going to now start identifying my panels one by one, because at this point it can all seem a little alike. So first panel is my center front, next is my side front, next is my side back, and then my center back. So now let's get this straight. I have 20 excess and I have 4 panels. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take my excess and divide it by 4 to know how much I need to add into each panel. So I get 5 inches. That means I need to add 5 inches into every panel. Now for my center front, I'm now going to start doing something like identify. I'm going to separate my center front into A and B. For the center front A, I don't need to add anything because that's the constant length of my 65 inches. I don't want to move that because that's what you measured on me. You, when you were making the dress, when the designer was making the dress, he measured by center front and it was 65. So my center front A, I'm going to leave it at 65. However, my center front B, I'm going to extend by my 5 inches because that's the excess I got. So that's how I'm going to move. So I'm going to be moving 5 inches, 5 inches, 5 inches in like an ascending order. I hope I got that, yes, in like an ascending order. So I move 5 inches on center front B, whereas center front A is constant. So I'm going to now connect A to B. Voila, so that's the simple logic. Center front A remains constant, but center front B has been extended by 5 inches. So now the next thing is for my center front B to meet with my side front A, they need to be the same thing, 5 inches, 5 inches. If not so, there will be a funny shape of like an handkerchief, and I'm not trying to do that. So now that means I need to extend my side front A by 5 inches as well. So I'm going to draw this same 5 inches that I've done on A on B, just to know that that's the constant. You know, there's like an allowance that we take on that place, and we don't have that allowance at the back. You know all about it if you're registered with Cafe Fashion Academy. I would like to say at this point that please, please, and please, if you'd like to become a confident designer, or if you'd like to be a guru at your game, please, please, and please register for any of our courses, our advanced class, our offline or our online. I am introducing Confident Designer Level 2 to you, because that's what this really talks about. This is really where you get into level 2. You get into contouring, the underbust, the torso, the dresses, corsets, and then you get into things like wedding dresses and mermaid dresses. If you really want to up your game, your design game, and become that very confident designer, this is the class that you should be looking to register from. And I'm going to take you from wherever you're at right now, because I understand that maybe you're doing freehand and you don't even understand anything about pattern drafting. I'm going to take you from that place where you are, and I'm going to transform you into that fearless and professional designer that you need to be. Anyway, let's get back to work. So I am going to now put the same thing that I've done on A, I need to do it on B to make it constant. Like, I've not done anything, it's just what you have on A that you have to have on B. Then I'll now extend my B by 5 inches. I hope you get the drift. I'll have constant first, and then I'll extend my B by 5 inches. So 5 inches from the constant of A, and then my 5 inches on my B. So I'll connect my A to my B, and that's it. So now we can move to the back. Now the side front and the side back have to be the same thing by the time I join the pieces together. So that means that side front B already has 10 inches, so I need to bring that 10 inches to side back A. And that's what I'm drawing right now, 10 inches on side back A. So remember that's the constant, and we have to draw it on B as well. Then we'll now add our 5 inches to our B. So side back A has 10 inches already, and then we need to extend 5 inches. Yeah, so we'll connect A to B, and we're almost done at this point. There's just a straight line from center back, from side back to center back. So yeah, we'll just continue on that line. So side back B and center back A are on the same line, so I'm just going to connect my line very well. I would not bother doing anything else. Right. Okay, and as usual we have to draw a constant, so the same thing that we have on A, we're going to move it to B before we do our extension. Right, so 10 plus 5, that means we already have 15 inches here, so we now need to extend our 5 inches. Yep, and then we'll connect A to B. Yeah, so 15 plus 5 gives us a total of 20 inches. This is what we were hoping to achieve. So here we've done it. You guys have done it. So now the last part is my fifth panel. I actually don't add anything to this one. I just leave it on the constant where I already have my side back. I just leave it on that line. And I really like this one because it helps me to have a rounded um, curve. Anyway, so from my hip line I just connect all the way down, and that gives me my fifth panel. So you can call it a gore or an extension. It's just an extra panel that I usually always like to add in my mermaid panel dress. So now we're going to just curve, and right now I can use my pattern master ball in the actual sense of it. In the real life, the real measurements, you might not be able to use pattern master, so you might just need to like use your hand, or maybe like a flexible ruler. But just use your hand, you'll be fine. So yeah, that is it for this class. We are done extending the length of our man-made train. So this is the principle you will use whether you're adding an extra 30 inches or 50 inches or 20 inches. This is the same principle you will use. You're going to divide your excess by the number of panels, and you will choose what is best for you. See you guys in the next class where I talk about the fullness. Bye for now.